podcast and looking at the hero's journey, especially in light of analyzing Burning America. So if you have not gotten a copy of Burning America, check it out on Amazon. You can also get it some other places as well, or directly contact me and I can help you find it. So Burning America, Stage 10, using the hero's journey as an analytical tool. Now, if you have not gotten the hero's journey worksheet, let me know because it can help strengthen your writing and I can assist you as well too. And the hero journey is a great way to do just that. So stage 10, this is the way back, the road back. And what you want to show here is that once your protagonist has attained the reward, it's time to get for the hero back on the road. And that's to get back to their ordinary world. But what is the road back and how can this stage develop your third act? Well, more conflict, higher stakes. The road back is the moment of your screenplay, your novel, your memoir, whatever creative work you have in mind that leads your character towards the final climax. They've survived the ordeal, which is the midpoint of your story. They've gained a special weapon, an elixir, piece of knowledge, eye-opening experience, or some form of reconciliation that they know will help them face the final conflict to come before they can go back to their ordinary world. This is the launching point of your third act, where you transition from the second and venture into the final stretch of your protagonist's journey. The ordeal is the first major conflict they face, usually written as a false climax where things change and the conflict evolves. The road back is where the protagonist sees the light at the end of the tunnel but faces yet another challenge, this time with higher stakes. In Burning America, the ordeal and false climax is when Paul thinks the second psychiatrist and feminist attorney will get Katrin home. But they do not. Now Paul faces a custody trial knowing that mothers win 92% of contested custody cases. The ordeal is not over. Paul loses his feminist attorney. The second antagonist, Selena, emerges, and Anne has serious health issues. But, as in any story, like Star Wars, after Luke, Han, Leia, Chewbacca, and the droids have escaped the ordeal within the Death Star, they're on their way back to the hidden rebel base with the plans that can lead to the destruction of the Death Star. But it's not over yet. They're attacked by incoming TIE fighters. This is Luke's first confrontation with engaging enemy fighters. This is where we learn if he's going to have what it takes to become a pilot for the rebellion. While his piloting skills aren't directly utilized, we get to see a little foreshadowing of his targeting skills. I can send you that as a bonus, that actual scene as a clip. The road back offers you the chance to keep the conflict coming, and when you do that, you continue to engage the reader and audience, compelling them to stay with the story. You raise the stakes just a little bit more above those found within the ordeal, but not high enough to eclipse the upcoming climax. Point 2, showing the light at the end of the tunnel. There's sometimes a slight lull in the action or conflict between the ordeal and the road back, a moment or sequence where the protagonist regroups with their allies or conflicts their thoughts into one, leading to the continued hurdles and obstacles they face before the final climax. This offers the reader and audience a chance to regroup and breathe after the action or drama of the ordeal. You want to give the characters some form of accomplishment and hope, and then, just as any good writer should, you want to then throw them even more conflict at them, just as they're about to believe that their journey is almost complete. When you watch most films, you'll feel the shift within the story to the point where it feels as though we've turned a page from the second to the third act. Facing a custody trial in Burning America, Paul has a bit of light in the character of Clarissa, Deborah's assistant and female attorney to assist at trial. It's Indiana and Marion in the boat with the Ark of the Covenant below in storage. Watch that scene as a bonus. I can send that. They've successfully recovered the Ark and have managed to negotiate a way to transport it. They are on a metaphorical road back to the ordinary world. We see the light at the end of the tunnel until, and I can send you that scene, more obstacles and hurdles. Setting up the third act. If there's a specific purpose that writers are looking for when considering using this stage of the hero's journey, it's all about setting up for the third act. When the hero has faced the ordeal, they've experienced the biggest conflict of their journey thus far, but now they've managed to survive it. We need to now flip that page to the third act by introducing more conflict and upping the stakes. And even more important, we need to understand what's at risk going into the third act and eventual climax, the resurrection. The road backstage of story structure offers you the opportunity to reset and show us what has changed, how it affects the protagonist and their allies, if any, and what they have to overcome to prevail at the end. Paul has to overcome Selena. He has to have proper representation for the custody trial and grasp that the judge declares that the war is over and Paul will face even more serious consequences. In Raiders of the Lost Ark, Marion is once again captured and the Nazis have retaken the Ark. To make matters even worse, Indiana no longer has any allies that he can rely on to save the day. The road backstage of his story ends with him climbing onto the Nazi U-boat, alone. We've turned the page to the final conflict of the story, Indiana rescuing Marion and recovering the Ark. It's the perfect segue. It lets the reader and audience know that things are starting to wrap up and that they should prepare for the exciting, thrilling, hilarious, scary, or dramatic finale to come. The road back allows the hero and the reader and audience to see the light at the end of the tunnel, if not for a few brief moments. It then introduces more conflict, higher stakes, and reveals everything that is at risk going into the climax of the protagonist's journey. Well, that's it for this particular stage. Now, we got some more coming. And of course, if you have not gotten the Hero's Journey worksheet to help strengthen your writing, your screenplay, whatever your creative work might be, get in touch with me and I can help you do that. Until next time, we're going to have stage 11 and get a copy of The Burning America. This will make a whole lot more sense. Until next time, Deus Vult.